5.56 versus 300 Blackout. Which one is superior in a short barrel? And how about we start off by seeing which cartridge is more efficient, at least velocity-wise, compared to 16-inch length rifle barrels. Whoa, I was not expecting them to be so close, so let's see which one is more effective on several different targets, starting with 2 shots of 5.56 on this pressure-treated lumber. It always amazes me how small these 5.56 bullets are, but there are 2 shots. What happened to the back? Oh man, those opened up quite a bit for hollow points, but I'm guessing that means they didn't really get to this steel. Ooh, okay, I mean, they definitely didn't go through the steel, but they left some pretty respectable craters on it. I mean, that is very impressive. The 300 Blackout bullet is obviously a lot heavier than the 5.56, but it's also a lot wider, so, you know, I just don't know how that's going to translate into penetration. I don't know what it is, but I'm always shocked at how much recoil these pistols have. I mean, I'm not saying it's painful or anything, but I guess the balance just isn't there and they kind of want to whip around on you.
Didn't they tell you braces are back on the menu?
Did both land on there? Oh, yeah, it was just hiding behind there. There are 2 shots. I mean, not too bad. Anyway, what happened to the... Ooh, wow, that split that apart pretty freaking good, and that one opened up quite a bit more than the 5.56. Obviously, it's a much larger diameter. Anyway, the steel... It's a lot more underwhelming than the 5.56, I can already tell you that. I mean, it dented the steel maybe ever so slightly, but the 5.56 left craters, as you could see. I mean, there's no comparison. Bad news, guys. Some evil soul poisoned a batch of grape juice, and it's about to hit the public. You have been tasked with splattering these jugs so that there are no more remains left in the bottles, and nobody can drink it. The question is, which setup is better at splattering jugs? We just have to turn the uni sled around. All right, put a good base down, and let's find out which one is better at splattering grape juice, or it could be blueberry juice. I could have had that wrong. Guys, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like and subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It seems like someone might still be getting poisoned with how much is left in that bottle. Look at that. Man, it left a pinhole in, and then, I mean, it blew out the back, but I'm surprised that it didn't have enough hydrostatic shock to blow out the front, too. Anyway, here is the steel, and it left about the same size crater as it did on the lumber. I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Anyway, I think I saw a piece of the bullet right here. Yeah, this is a little fragment of that bullet. Pretty cool, but not that you're letting people get poisoned. Blackout time. Whatever type of juice that was, I think you blew it into another dimension. I mean, that is freaking nuts. Like, it was so much force that it blew the paint off of my thing right there. I think that's what rubbed off on it. And look at how shredded this thing is. I mean, that is just nuts. I don't think anybody's getting poisoned by this one. On the steel, I believe this was our shot right here. No, that was from the 5.56. There's the 300 Blackout. It came in a little bit low, kind of like the 5.56, I guess, and it left a very big dent. Not a crater like the 5.56, but it almost as much of a dent. I don't think there's any arguing that one. Slow-mo? Yep, no arguing that one. A few weeks ago, I wake up to this noise that sounds like a demon frog in the house. It was like, So I go and scan the house, can't find anything. I'm walking around the next day and I see a lizard making the exact same noise. So I scooped it up and took it outside. But it got me thinking, if there were a demon frog in the house and it was hiding behind concrete for some reason, would I have enough gun to get to it with either of these? First, we gotta flip Unisled back around. All right, never gets old. Put these wings in. And I think we're ready for some concrete. Nightmare fuel, especially hiding behind concrete, and especially in the house. I'm just hoping I don't have to draw another one. I'll admit I was trying to catch a sneak peek, but I don't have a magnified optic, so it was all in vain, but that one was absolutely devastating. I mean, some of this concrete was here from before, but anyway, what happened to the evil demon frog? Oh. Wow, a lot of spalling. I mean, it looks like a pretty decent portion of the bullet may have touched it, but definitely did not get through the frog. I'm just glad I don't have to draw another one. You are going down this time. You are not part of my nightmares anymore. Mr. Mrs. Cricket, I can't tell, but you need to get out of the way, please. Trust me, it's for your own good. Next time on Banana Ballistics, an evil cricket. No, I'm just kidding. Left review in slow-mo, but that one looked pretty similar to the 5.56. Oh no. Oh no. Oh crap. Oh my gosh, the frog is still in our nightmares. Now he looks like a super rough demon frog, even worse. Anyway, I guess that one's a tie, but what if the demon frog was hiding in your house behind steel? I mean, that might not be a real scenario for you, but I have quite a bit of steel lying around the house for no specific reason. We just have to get Uni Sled out of the way, close enough, and grab Steel Sled 4.2. All right. And I'm thinking it's a good idea to start with the 1/8 inch piece from before, just to make sure they could get through it without a barrier in front of it. Yes, it's used. I can get used to not having to paint. All right, I think we should be good. Whatever happened, it left quite a bit of the jacket behind there. I mean, I can't tell for sure. I would assume it went through. Oh, yes. Straight through to the back, and I would say we could try the pinky test. The hole was already small, but now it's even, I mean, there's no way we're getting the pinky in there. I don't even think a baby pinky would fit in there. Now that one is easy to tell, but it does not look like it punched a clean, it punched a clean hole, but it kind of dented the steel on the way in. Let's check out the pinky, ooh, not quite. I mean, that's barely over 30 cal right there, so that's definitely not fitting my pinky. Anyway, we proved that they could go through an 1/8 inch. I think the next logical step, especially because the 300 Blackout wasn't a clean hole, is 3/16 of an inch. And there she blow. That is a nice looking 3/16 inch piece. Alright, this may be the last stop on the train, I'm not sure. One thing I almost forgot to mention is that I don't have a shield at 25 yards, so I barely feel comfortable doing this. Well, actually, I really don't feel comfortable doing this. Make sure you don't do this at home either. No mistaking that. A nice clean hole. Let's check out the pinky ooh, stopped cold. I mean, I pretty much expected that with the 5.56, but anyway, can the 300 Blackout get through? I'm not too sure about that. Kind of worried about this one just smacking me right in the face. That's not funny. Well, I stand corrected. That one is a pretty clean hole. I mean, definitely not as clean as the 5.56, but much better on the pinky test. Still not perfect, but anyway, one of them's not going to go through a 1/4 inch, surely. I mean, this is just so much thicker of a piece of steel. Just look at that compared to 3/16. Well, I don't have a comparison right now, but anyway. Alright, this should definitely be the final stop on the train for at least one of them. Wait, Terry, what are you doing? You want us to shoot this RMA 1165 multi-curve plate with you wearing it? Are you sure? I bet he doesn't even realize that he's wearing the lightest 100% American-made level 4 plate in its price range. And just in case you aren't aware, level 4 means that it can handle up to M2 AP fired from the 30-06, so I think that's a good starting point. And thanks to Max Tactical for making the bullets possible. I think we took the R out of RMA on that one. Anyway, buddy, how you hanging in there? Good? Okay, good. It's a good thing this plate is multi-curve, because look at how freaking curved you are, Terry. Oh, man. I mean, I'm not surprised. It definitely stopped it. But the crazy thing is that this 1165 plate is multi-hit capable with the M2 AP. But if we're being completely honest, if somebody's coming after you with a 30-06, the chances that they have an M2 AP are probably pretty low. Deer bullets, pretty high, so I think we should try one of those next. Well, if you hit the same exact hole again, obviously it's not rated for that, so let's try that one again. Oh man, I see that M2 AP in there. There we go. We took some of the stars out of the logo here, and sorry about that last shot, buddy. I did not mean to hit the same hole, but anyway. Oh, wow. Look at how close that was, and it freaking ate it. Wow. Terry, you done now? No. Well, I do have some 223 AI that I need to fire for him. It's a real good thing that 223 AI hates those fire forming loads, because it showcases the edge-to-edge protection. And I mean, other than the one that I hit right on the 30-06, I don't think anything went through. I mean, obviously it blew some ceramic out the sides and whatnot on the edge shots, but that is so freaking impressive. Okay, so this one partially got him, but that one, half the bullet was off the edge, so we're not going to count that one. Yep, I'd say the RMA 1165 easily handles what it's rated for, at least according to this test. Now back to the steel. I don't know, I heard quite a bit of fragments come back, but somehow it still made it through a 1/4 inch out of a handgun. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, the pinky test is definitely still a failure though. 300 Blackout, anyone? Before we jump to the last bullet, I want to give a big thanks to Midway USA for all the support they've given this channel, guys. I'm sure you already know, but they have been the longest supporters of this channel by far. So I really appreciate them for that, and if you like the testing I do here, I really think you'll like Midway USA. The R8B, the final stop for the 300 Blackout, and surprisingly, I mean, it really didn't cut into the steel, it kind of just dented it, so I mean, it must have just tore through the steel before rather than cutting through it. But anyway, let's do a pinky nub test, even though there's a little bit of yeah, I mean, that's pretty comfortable. Can't really argue with those results. I was not expecting the 5.56 would be that effective out of a short barrel. Obviously, when it comes to suppressibility, though, it's pretty terrible. It's not too often you see a stick bug, huh?